What's up, my central unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review of Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory 2019. Before we get to the main show to review, I'm going to do some quick results of the dark matches. The one match, I'm guessing originally supposed to be on the main show. Unfortunately, they kind of debunked it as a dark match. That is a 6-man tag team match. Yeah, you got the Radicals versus Dr. Wagner Jr., Aerostar, and Taurus. And in my predictions, I predict the Radicals win this match. I was right. They defeated Dr. Wagner Jr., Aerostar, and Taurus. And then the other match in another dark match. I'm trying to say, we got Madison Rayne defeated Shazar. Was it Shotzi Blackheart? Yeah, I can't pronounce this women wrestler's name. So let's start with the main show. So the first match to kick off Bound for Glory, we got a Bound for Glory gauntlet match. Basically, Impact Wrestling's version of the Royal Rumble. You know, the reverse battle royal. You know, the last two. You know, it was basically an overtop battle royal, and the final two we have to win it by pinfall and submission. Yeah, winner receive a championship match of their choice. Yeah, in this match, it was basically you got like wrestlers I do not give a fuck, like Fava Baha, Joey Ryan, Johnny Swinger, Swaggy, Swaggy or Swoggle. Swoggle is formerly known as Hornswoggle in WWE. Like this is a basically men versus women. You had a lot of women like Jessica Havoc, Rosemary, Jordan Grace, Kira Hogan, and really surprisingly, Smiley Kylie Ray. Like she was in AEW months ago in that, in the first pay-per-view of AEW, Double or Nothing, and then months later in October, she's in Impact Wrestling. I'm guessing she's signed. That's not. I don't know, but she got eliminated by Mahanabi Shira, and they're building Mahanabi Shira up, well, like the last 2 to 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, like he eliminated 4 competitors in this battle royal, and then all of a sudden lost to Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards. He eliminated 1. I'm not crapping on Eddie Edwards, but I rather go with Mahanabi Shira because you're building him up as this monster, and then all of a sudden, eliminated to Eddie Edwards. So yeah, Eddie Edwards winning. He gets a shot of a championship of any choice. So anyway, so let's move on to the next match of this pay-per-view. We've got the Impact Wrestling's Knockouts Championship match. Tyler Valkyrie versus Tennille Dashwood. Okay match, and really I was pissed off. They kind of backed themselves to the corner. Like, I was not a big fan to put Tennille Dashwood in this title match in our first pay-per-view in the company. They just buried Tennille Dashwood in the show. I'm sorry. She lost her first match on her first pay-per-view. She won like two or three matches, build up to this pay-per-view. But besides that, she lost. She took the L. She had some moments like she did a sit down power bomb. She did moves in the corner to tell Valkyrie. In the end, Valkyrie just hit her finisher, and that's it. They buried her. Like she could win. She can have the rematch on a Impact Wrestling, and their next pay-per-view is called Hard to Kill, but it's too little, too late. Tyler Valkyrie, for me, she's shit. I'm sorry. She's too bland for me. I never find her entertaining as champion. Drop the fucking belt. They should have dropped the belt on the show. Unfortunately, they're not. So yeah, I can see her rebuilding Tennille Dashwood, but it's too little, too late. Her momentum was gone. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. So we got a triple threat tag team match for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships. Yeah, we've got the North, that is Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, the current Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, defend the belt against Rick Swan and Willie Mack and Rhino and RVD. It was a typical triple threat tag team match. I'm not a big fan of triple threats, fatal four ways in tag team wrestling. There can be a car crash, a schmaz. A lot of tag team maneuvers. People doing moves on the top rope. Suicide dives. In the end, it had a heel turn. RVD just turned on Rhino. Rhino was about to do the gore, and RVD just doing super kicks. He super kicked Rhino. I think he super kicked Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Yeah, the North, capitalize, pin. I think it's Willie Mack or Rich Swann to retain the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships. Is it a cliffhanger? Can we see RVD in cahoots with the North? We don't know. We don't know. Yeah, and then we got Michael Elgin versus Manu Vijay. This was a hard hitting match. It's strong style because Michael Elgin wrestled in Japan, taking on Manu Vijay. He had some moments. Good matches. He had a lot of kicks. He did 2 double sliced breads on Elgin. Elgin kicked out from that. In the end, Elgin kind of picked up Manu Vijay. It was kind of like this it was like this torture rack position. He kind of dumped Manu Vijay on his head and won this match. Elgin, still had plans for Elgin becoming a future world champion. That'll be in the near future, going into 2020. But yeah, it's just a one-off. Just basically like Impact Wrestling got men and women facing wrestlers from different promotion into this pay-per-view. Okay, and then we got a intergender ladder match for the Impact Wrestling X Division Championship. We got Jake Crist, the champion, defending the belt against AC Romero, Dagger, and Tessa Blanchard. I thought Eddie Edwards will be in this show. Oh, in this match, because he won the Battle Royal earlier on the show. I thought he would challenge going into that X Division Championship, because he's still in this feud with Ace Austin. Unfortunately, it's not going to go in that direction. And this was good, really good match. Tessa in this match is an MVP. She did a lot of the Magdalene, a backstabber, the suicide dives. Like AC Romero, he's like this fat bastard, but the dude he had held on his own. I think Dagger hit the I think he performed a Canadian Destroyer onto, I think it was on Jake Crist or Ace Austin. Not Ace Austin. I think it was on Jake Crist. Oh, and then you got Ace Austin did a move. I think he did a move on the top rope. That was sick. And one moment you had Tessa Blanchard. She kind of pushed AC Romero. He's kind of like this 400-pound wrestler, and he's a fat wrestler, and Blanchard, she's a muscular woman. She pushed her off the ladder, kind of put AC Romero through the table, crashed to the table afterwards. I thought Tessa would win. Unfortunately, that's not going in that direction. He had Madman Fulton. I'm guessing, Jake Crist is still with OVE. Representing OVE, trying to beat down Tessa Blanchard. I'm guessing Tessa's still in this feud with the OVE members. But Tessa, overcome the odds, beat down Madman Fulton. I thought she would win. Instead, Ace Austin, I think he hit her with the, I think it was the announcer said there was a mic. It was kind of like this, like a chain or a stick. In the end, Ace Austin won this match and won the X Division Championship. It's good, the dude's young, he's 22. He's got a long career ahead of him. So far, he's never won a single champion. He won indie, won the rest championships in indie promotions, but this is his first major championship in a major wrestling promotion. It's good. I hope he do well. Defend the belt with a little pride. Okay, and then we got Moose versus Ken Shamrock. I think his first match in TNA or / Impact Wrestling for over 17 years. And yeah, I don't say this match sucked. It was an okay match, but Ken Shamrock, he did held on his own. He did a suicide dive. He kind of kind of body drop Moose onto the ramp. He had interference by, I think he was called Drake. That is Moose's manager. In the end, he had Shamrock trying to lock Moose with the ankle lock. Moose hit the spear. He kind of slammed Shamrock into the middle turnbuckle, hit him with a spear, and that's it. Okay, and then we got the main event. We got this. I think it was added to the last minute. This is a no disqualification match for the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Brian Cage defending the belt against Sami Callihan. Match of the night. This was a war between Cage and Callihan. Like, one moment of the match, you had like people compare Brian Cage as Wolverine. He had this Wolverine claw. It kind of scraped it onto Sami Callihan's forehead. He was bleeding as the result. Callihan hit I think he hit a power driver onto Cage. He kind of placed a steel barricade onto the steel steps. That was sick. A lot of chair shots, and you had one moment like the end of the match, or not end of the match, but middle of the match. You had there was tacks in the ring, and like Callihan did a power driver onto the tacks. Did I say power driver onto? I think I did. Power driver onto the steel barricade. 2 barricades, and Shamrock never gave up. He did a move. I think he did. I thought he would win. I thought Sami Callihan would win. This was a war. This was match of the night, but instead, Brian Cage hit the. I'm guessing this is a Falcon Arrow. He hit the Falcon Arrow onto Sami Callihan to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. I'm guessing they still had plans for Brian Cage. I thought he would drop the belt, but instead they want him as the man. For Sami Callihan, for the last few months, not last few months, but the last few weeks, he just beat down Brian Cage's real life wife, Melissa Santos. Smashing her face with I think it was a glass, a wine glass, and then power driver in the ring. I'm guessing they're going into. For me personally, I think they're continuing this feud between Cage and Callihan. Who knows? I think they're. I'm looking forward of the the aftermath. I think I think they have plans of Sami Callihan winning the world title. They give him Cage a proper reign with a belt. I don't think he'll break Bobby Roode's record, but I think for Cage, I like Brian Cage. I think he's marketable. I think he's a good wrestler. He's not like a big typical steroid guy. He's not. I don't say he's on steroids, but the dude moves like a cruiserweight. I think he had plagues with injuries, not showing up TV, but I think but this guy pretty. I think if they but this guy pretty damn well, don't fuck him up too much. I think the guy could be a good champion. He brings that fight feeling. If you piss him off in real life, you get fucked up, man. So anyway, my final thoughts of Bound for Glory 2019. I think this was a good show. Good show by Impact Wrestling. Had some major problems for me, like Tenille Dashwood losing, and this Battle Royal in the opening match of Bound for Glory. It's just But besides that, I think this is another good show for Impact Wrestling, man. So hope you enjoy it, folks. My review of Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory 2019. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. And subscribe to the Sentient Mind Network on YouTube. That is the last wrestling review of October. Not reviewing WWE Crown Jewel 2019. The next review of wrestling, probably tomorrow, will be NWA Power. The next pay-per-view review will probably be AEW Full Gear. So this is the Sentient Man officially signing out.